Sound only today. I know I should owe you face, but I wasn't able to get a haircut today. And I was supposed to get a haircut, and then I was going to give you the face, with the shave, and the good look. But it's raining down here in Miami. Está de pinga la cosa. I can only do one thing, which is I have to go get my stuff, and that's it. So that's all we did. Okay? We're still rocking, and we're going to let this baby play out, man. We're rolling with a 4-5 game winning streak, man. Can you believe that? 5 game winning streak? Really? For real? I gotta check this out. I gotta make sure. I don't wanna fuck this up. I wanna be sure. Because I'm not sure anymore. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5 game winning streak. 6. Holy crap. 6 game winning streak for that ass. Wizards, Lakers, Grizzlies, Hawks, Spurs, Hornets. Your ass is ours. Can we stop, please? Can we cut this off? Okay, we're done. We're good. Jimmy, thank you very much. Bid you adieu. Cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it. Now and forever, I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. I am studiomogura, MOGURA. Hit me up at the PayPal. Hit me up at the CashApp. Buy my book, Full Moon Nights. Available on Amazon for the softcover. Available on Barnes & Noble for the hardcover. A chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s. Basically, my adventures as a raver in the drum and bass scene here in Miami. Going to a rave called Full Moon Nights. That was crazy, and all ages, and a bunch of crazy shit happened. So please check it out. Pick it up. Mature audiences only. Check out my comic shop, Octo Taco. Also my blog. I'm posting up a bunch of great articles lately, so please check that out. Check out my TeePublic. I actually had a sale today. Someone bought something today. They bought the Shogun shirt. Someone bought that. I'm so happy about that. It's a great shirt. It's a great movie, too. It's fucked up. Don't watch it. But someone bought it. So I had a sale today on TeePublic. I'm very happy about it. So hit up my TeePublic. Check out my things. Someone bought something. And then check out my Spotify playlist. I'm going to change that eventually to my YouTube playlist. Because Spotify, it sucks. Because if you don't pay for Spotify, it's not going to take you there. So I got to change it to YouTube. So check out my YouTube and my playlist on YouTube. You're going to see the PM Crew El Topo catalog. So be sure to hit that up. And if not, just check it out on Spotify on your computer. And there we go. That's it. So we're going to jump into this kind of weird late-ass episode of Cultura. I know I promised you that I was going to be every single night right after the game. For sure. Maybe. Probably. Not really sure. I don't think so. But I try my best. You know, it's just sometimes I haven't really been feeling it lately, like creatively. I've been a little bit down. So when I'm down like that, I'm just like, I don't have the energy to come out here and just make a fool out of myself. You know, because it's basically that's what I'm doing. I'm coming out here and I'm making a fool out of myself, talking to basically nobody, talking to like an empty space out there, and hoping that at some point someone hears it and likes what I have to say. That's kind of insane if you think about it. So, you know, if I don't feel up to it, if I don't feel like, you know, I don't mind being a little bit insane today. You know, then it doesn't really work out. So, but right now I feel good because we're on a 5-game winning streak, 6-game winning streak, whatever winning streak it was. I don't remember anymore. And kind of can't wait for tomorrow because we want to welcome Brooklyn. We want to show Brooklyn, hey, you know, I know you think that you beat us, but you really didn't. Okay, so just to let you know, we're gonna have to do one of those. So tomorrow's actually a really big game, because that's like a playoff team, probably. You know, a playing team, whatever. They'll get in. Brooklyn's always in it. So it's important that tomorrow we go in there and we smash their faces in. Como si nada. At the coffee. Today I risked my life in the rain trying to get some Don Mega because finally the Flowery got some Don Mega back, and that's how you say it. You can't say Don. You don't call it Don Mega. If you call it Don Mega, get the fuck out of here, okay? It's called Don Mega, and you gotta put your fingers together. You go, Don Mega, because that's what it's called. It's called Don Mega, Don Mega, Don Mega. You know, Kawapin 31.784%. This shit will knock you on your fucking ass if you are not a fucking professional. Okay? So we already tried a little bit of this, and it kind of did strange things to me. Oh, great earthy rustic flavor. I love it. So, it always hits me hard that it gives me hiccups. So, so when it does hit you hard and you get hiccups, you have to take a really deep breath. As deepest breath as you could possibly take. Through the nose, opening up your lungs, opening up your diaphragm. Because hiccups, I learned from the ex-girlfriend, the one thing that she kind of like gave me great advice on, and I thought was like, shit, I'll never forget her now, is that, I'll never forget her for other things, but this especially, is that hiccups is your diaphragm needing to be reset. So the only way you do that is you take a deep breath. So when I cough, I get the hiccup right there. So we have to reset the diaphragm. So we're going to do that together. So here we go. Take a deep breath through the nose. Until that you get to the point, breathe deep breath until you get to the point where it hurts. Through that pain, because you just took that massive hit, and when you take that, it's like, oh, your lungs are like burning from the hot smoke. So once you do that, you that's it. Your hiccups are gone. For the most part, you know. If I cough again, I might have to do it again. But there you go. So when you have hiccups, it's just you need to reset your diaphragm. So there's no water. You don't have to do some kind of like mystic brew. You don't have to like, you know, chant this thing. You don't have to chant like all of the names of all the people that you killed in the past life. All you got to do is just take a deep breath through your nose, expand your lungs, and expand your diaphragm as much as it can until it like almost like until it hurts. It's like, oh God, and then breathe out. Do that like 2 or 3 times, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna reset your diaphragm, and then boom, you're good. I cannot believe how often that shit works and how it works every time. It works every time. And she was she does speech therapy, so she works with like kids with disabilities and like major disabilities, like kids who can't eat and shit, and she like teaches them how to eat. She teaches them how to swallow. She teaches them how to like not puke all over their food, which is like I can't imagine doing a job like that, you know. And that's kind of partly why I loved her so much, is because, you know, she would do that job, and she had like the nerve and the sense to like be able to handle that. Because I'm like, yo, I see a little kid puke, I'm like, same way, you know, that's it. And this chick is like letting kids like puke on her and stuff. It's like ridiculous. So I was like, damn, bro, you're like amazing. But then she fucked me over. So going back, let's talk about each individual game as best as we can. Okay? And we're picking up at the Lakers. We already did the Lakers show. We already did the Grizzlies show. So now we're going to do the Hawks show. Okay? The Hawks was a really big game, man, because you saw the Hawks beat Milwaukee. Okay? And you wanted to feel like, okay, well, that made you think, well, Milwaukee's not that good then. And really, it's like, no, they just had an off night. You had hoped for a second that, oh, maybe the Hawks got better this year. But no. The Hawks are still trash. The Hawks are still terrible. The Hawks are still beatable. The Hawks... I feel bad for Trae Young, because Trae Young is a great player. He's a great NBA player. Like, he's got great moves. He's got great, like, attitude. He's got there's a lot about Trae Young that is awesome, you know, and there's a lot about him that is just a great star of the game. Like he knows how to play the crowd. He knows how to he loves that. Like he makes you enjoy the game as much as hate it, because you hate him if he's coming to play your guys because he's like doing shit in your face and dancing, and then you love it when you you get back at him. So it's like he's a showman. He's a great showman, and it's a damn shame that he's gonna ultimately take the bullet for the Atlanta Hawks, because that organization is absolute trash, and it is. That organization is crap. They haven't been good since the Olajuwon guy, I think, right? Or Mutombo, whichever one it was. I don't know which one it was. One of the two guys. I think Mutombo. They haven't been good since then. Like, they were not good at all during the Big Three. They were not good at all after the Big Three. We still kicked their asses. And when they got Trae Young, and Trae Young, did the whole it's cold, he hasn't beaten us since. Like, we own that man. I'm going to be straight up with you. Trae Young is going to end up on the Miami Heat. After Kyle Lowry is goodbye, is gonna be conveniently around the same time that the Hawks let Trae Young go, and Trae Young will find his way to Miami, and that would be great for us. That would be great for us. A team with Trae Young, Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler, like fucking Duncan Rob, D-Rob now, and Bam. That's a good team. And I think Trae Young will just be a better player if he's down here. Everybody becomes a better player when they get down here. So I could totally see that happening. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that organization is going to pretty much put a bullet in him. And it's coming. It's coming sooner rather than later. It's going to come very, very soon. He's basically got to win it this season. And that's not a team that's going to win it. That team can't beat the Heat. You can't beat us in a 7-game series. Get the fuck out of here. Like, did you notice that we just turned it the fuck on? Like, it ain't, like it's no problem? And right now, we're just ripping through people. We're ripping through people that we should be beating, which is great to see. It's going to be telling these next games, because we're going to go against the Nets, and, we're on a 6-game win streak, so it's going to be tough to go on a 7-game win streak, number one. And then number two, we need some payback for this game. We need some payback. We need some major payback in this game. Okay? So we should get that, and then we're going to go see the Bulls, and the Bulls is another game that's going to be really tough. And then it's a back-to-back against it's a Bulls on Saturday. It's the Bulls on Saturday, and then again on Monday. Which is, I hate that. I hate it when we see the same team twice like that. Because then at that point, why don't we just play always the games like that? Like, make every game a series, and so we just get them all, get rid of it all. It's just stupid going around the country then, Yeah, man, so I really, it's going to be a nice little streak of games, tough games, really tough games, that we're gonna get to see this team for real now. We're gonna get a nice, real good, solid preview of what this team has to offer coming up now, okay? We're gonna do that for sure, because it's gonna be Nets, Bulls twice, the Cavs, and Donovan Mitchell, the Knicks, and the Game 3 group stage of the in-season tournament at the Knicks. Then we're going to get the Nets again. And then we get the Bucks in the in-season tournament. Okay? So, and then after them, we're going to get the Pacers, which is always a tough game, no matter what. Twice. We'll get the Pacers twice. The Pacers, twice we're going to get them. And then the Rose, and then we're going to be off until the 13th. And that's December 2nd. And then from then on, between the 2nd and the 13th is probably you're going to have your little tournament thing in Vegas. And then we pick up again the 13th, and then right away, 14, 16, guess what? We have the Bulls back-to-back, which is ridiculous. Okay? So this big chunk of games is going to be telling. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's call it 8. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just do this month of November. The rest of November. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. There's 8 games left in November. And we're going to see how we come out of this. Let's see how we come out of these 8 games. I mean, reconnecting, I'd like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I really don't care if we come out, 4-4 or 3-5, whatever. Like, I really more care about who it is that we win against. I'd like to see us win against. I need to see us win against the Nets. I need to see us win one of those games against the fucking Bulls. The Cavs, honestly, I really don't give a shit about the Cavs. But I assume we're going to beat them. I imagine we'll beat them. And by then, I got to imagine Herro should be back to some capacity, And then the Knicks, we're going to have to win the 2 in-season tournament games. I want to see us win those 2 games. Like, no fucking around. No fucking around. Those in-season tournament games, the Knicks and the Bucks, those to me are the more important games. Not because of the in-season tournament. I could give 3 fucks about the in-season. I don't care about that shit. Whatever. Who cares? Like, I more care about being able to replicate a playoff atmosphere with the in-season tournament. Okay, so I want to be able to go up in there and right away win against the Knicks and win against the Bucks. In case we have that moment where we got to win to play in, and know that we can do that. It's going to be also interesting to see the Heat play the Bulls again after we knock them the fuck out. So I want to see how the Bulls respond to the Miami Heat and how they feel about us after we kicked their fucking ass last year. Knocked them out, and then, went and fucking beat everybody's fucking ass. So I'm curious to see, because that left the Bulls feeling very salty. Like, very salty. So I want to see that. Yeah, the Bulls used to be our rival. We were more rivals with the Bulls than we were with the Celtics and shit at one point, so... So yeah, it's gonna be a nice stretch of games. It's gonna be good games, man. We've had great games, man. So far, the NBA has been coming through for us. Thank God, because Jesus Christ, fucking bullshit ass fucking Jets are fucking terrible. So I'm not even gonna get into that. But as far as everybody goes and how everybody looks, look, man, Herro's out. There's nothing you can do about that. But it's been nice to see other guys step up, and let's be real. I have to give props to Duncan Robinson. If you listen to this show and you go into shows past, into our show history, and you can check us out on the podcast on Apple Podcasts, and you can check me out on Spotify, and you can check out all of the previous 2 seasons of Cultura. You'll see I was very critical of. I don't hate Duncan Robinson. I like Duncan Robinson. I'm just disappointed in Duncan Robinson because I know the potential that Duncan Robinson has. Okay, I'm going to explain it to you again. Duncan Robinson can average 28 to 30 points a game. He has that potential to average upwards of like 26, 28, 30 points a game. What they really tell us, okay, is that this guy can average 18 points a game. Okay? And then what they really kind of go out there and what we ultimately always expect to see from him and are like shocked and are like, oh my God, when he does this, we're so proud of him, is when he does 9 points a game. Okay? When he does 9 points a game, we're flipping out. For a guy that should easily give us 18 and in reality has the potential to give us 26. And the real reality of all that is that he's not going out there and giving us 9 points a game because that only happens when we're shocked. The reality is he really goes out there and he gives you 3 points a game. So a guy that has the potential to give you 28 points a game is excused and made to seem like someone who gets 18 points a game. is patted on the back when he gives maximum fucking effort and only comes out with 9 points a game, while in reality, he averages 3 points a game. That guy, we paid $80 million to. He's a man that I've told you previously, and I'm going to say it again. If aliens landed on planet Earth, threatened us with its destruction, okay? And said, the only way we don't press this button that blows up this planet is if Duncan Robinson can make a wide open 3-point shot. Now, according to NBA experts that don't watch the Miami Heat and just know Duncan Robinson from being a 3-point shooter, and they look at him and, oh, he's a white guy, so yeah, he can definitely hit the three. Those motherfuckers are going to be like, yeah, of course, Duncan Robinson will do it. But if you are a Miami Heat fan, and you've watched this team, and you've watched Duncan Robinson, you know sending that man to the line, uncontested, for a shot to save the planet, kiss your fucking ass goodbye. Hug your loved ones. Fuck the one that you want to fuck. Smoke the J. Smoke the cigar. Because this planet's going up. Because that motherfucker ain't hitting that shot. He's missing it. We all know this. We all know if aliens land and they say put someone up, wide open shot, who's going to make it? One shot. We all know we send Caleb Martin to the line. Because we're going to send Herro, and they're going to be like, no, Herro doesn't count because Herro is a pure 3-point shooter. He will make that shot. You got to pick somebody else. And we're like, well, Duncan Robinson's a 3-point shooter. And they're going to look at you, and they're going to be like, no, he's not. But you could send them anyways if you want. Because they know if he misses, they can just blow it up. And they can claim it's real estate. Those aliens are smart. What the aliens didn't anticipate, though, is heat culture and the patience of Spo, which I have to give it to him. He has an incredible patience with this man. He has had so much patience. Like, any other team would have gotten rid of Duncan Robinson 2 years ago. Any other team. And as much as Spo drives me crazy, I guess commend him for sticking with Duncan Robinson for this fucking long. Because now you are starting to see the possibility of what Duncan Robinson is truly meant to be. And like, Duncan Robinson is not going to be the next coming of Michael Jordan. Okay? It's not like they can't stop Duncan Robinson. That's not the issue. The issue is like, people have set so much in their ways, and they've accepted the idea that Duncan Robinson is a pure 3-point shooter around the league. Every team knows who Duncan Robinson is, but they know him as a 3-point shooter. They don't know him as anything else. So when he does drive to the basket, it catches people off guard. It catches everybody off fucking guard. Every single time. Every time. And by the time you realize, it's already too late, he's scoring. So Duncan Robinson is getting away with just people fucking being total fucking assholes and assuming that the fucking white guy can't play basketball. Okay? And do a fucking layup. That's really what's happening. Okay? And then they're assuming he's just going to settle and take the three. You know? And so once people start treating Duncan Robinson like he's literally Tyler Herro, or they start treating him like he's Butler, or they start treating him like he's Jason Tatum or some shit like that, like he's gonna have a lot of trouble. You know? The thing that makes me kind of wonder that, though, that I could counter with that is that he's been kind of already being double teamed a lot throughout his career because he is such a deadly 3-point shooter, and that's like what he's been billed at and what everybody knows him as. Is like as one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. So they're always going to fucking double him and trying to get that ball out. So he's already kind of used to that. And at this point in the game in his career, I mean, what difference does it make if he gets like more? What is more? attention, what is more defense against him? 3 guys again? You're not gonna put 3 guys in Duncan Robinson. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna put 2 guys in Duncan Robinson, maybe not even that at this point. You still just run 1 because you're still gonna look at Duncan Robinson. You're not gonna believe that guy's gonna beat you. But Duncan Robinson can. Simply because he has that 3 in his pocket so bad and so deep. Okay? That people are there's always gonna be a lane open for him. You know? Which is what ultimately made his previous years so frustrating and so fucking annoying. So this guy is like, yo, you know you have these lanes that you can take and you're just not taking them. You know you can shoot a contested 3, but you're not shooting it. You don't need a wide open fucking 3 and nobody in front of you for like 5 feet to shoot the ball. You don't need to you don't need 5 minutes to think about it. Because even if you take 5 minutes to think about it, guess what? You're gonna miss it. That's what we were dealing with Duncan Robinson, man, for all these years. That's frustrating, bro. It's a frustration that like I can't even really even fully explain it to you, even though I just did. It was annoying as shit, man, and something had to change, bro. And it was either gonna be he gets the fucking hell out of here, or he gets better. And it seems like he got better, which is unbelievable. Had Duncan Robinson contributed half of the amount that he's doing right now during the fucking playoffs last year, we would have won the fucking title. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. 0. He would have made up for Herro not being there. Butler would have had a little bit more energy. You're not hearing motherfuckers talk about the Heat no more. Oh, the Heat didn't make a mistake with are you hearing that? Because I don't hear it. I don't hear that the Heat made a mistake not getting Damian Lillard anymore. What happened? What happened? I don't know. Even the kitty doesn't know what happened. Because you all were like, oh, the Heat are this, the Heat made a mistake, but Heat all of a sudden are on a 6-game winning streak. What are you going to do? The NBA game is on, oh yeah, because the game yesterday was on TNT, so let's just throw it on the big screen. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll throw it on the big screen. So we'll throw it on there, it's fine. So yeah, like, it's gonna be great to see. I mean, like, what's gonna have to happen is like, you know, Duncan Robinson's gotta have to keep playing like this when Herro gets back. You can't just play like this because Herro's not playing. No, that's not how it works. You gotta play like this when Herro gets back, and he's gotta start. Duncan Robinson has to start. It's time for him to start. The only thing that prevents him from starting is size if we play against people like the fucking Grizzlies and shit. I want to see a little bit more. I mean, I would throw in Orlando Robinson in there, man, to go along while Bam is in there, and sometimes so we can have some size on people. I want to just experiment with that a little bit, you know. And I want to do it now and not do it later in this fucking season. I want to experiment with big guys now, dude. Have 2 big guys on there, bro. See what happens. I really can't say anything about Lowry because Lowry has been pretty good last couple games, man, and he's had his moments, but he's just Lowry being Lowry, dude, you know? And every time Lowry takes that 3-pointer and it goes in, nothing but net, bro, like, I lose anything that I had bad with him. Like, I'm like, oh, we're good. We're good again. You made a 3? Oh, we're good. Butler's still kind of shaky though, but you know he's still pulling this shit where like you haven't seen Butler all game, and all of a sudden he ends the game with 22 points. So again, he's just cooking, man. He's still simmering, bro. Like Butler is his own beast, has his own ways. You don't worry about Butler. Butler will show up when he needs to show up. That's all you need to do, okay? You don't need to question Butler. You don't need to be on his ass. Nothing. You don't need to say shit about Butler, okay? You want to say some shit? Ask Butler if you want some coffee. That's it. Okay? But right now, yeah, man, like, he's doing just fine, bro. He's just still kind of, like, playing it by ear, turning it on when he needs to, but not really giving maximum effort. He's really leaning on other guys right now, which is great, because, other guys are propping him up, because they know that when Butler needs to show up, he'll show up. And he's had little flashes here and there just because he gets bored and he wants to show up. But for the most part, I'm good with what Butler is doing right now. I don't need him to be putting up 30, 40 fucking points a game. We don't need that shit. You know who does that? Jason Tatum and shit. And then you know who beats him at the end of the year? Butler. You know how Butler beats him at the end of the year? By putting up 40 fucking points a game. 40, 45, 50 when it matters. Not against like some bullshit fucking team. Like that's why I'm like I don't care if this team doesn't put up a lot of points. Like I just care like do we win by 1? Cool. We're good. Moving on. That's all you gotta be. We don't need to be winning by 20, 30 fucking points, bro. We don't need to be putting up a spectacle and be like the greatest show on fucking court. Like we don't need that. Who gives a fuck? You think Jokic cares about that? No, bro. He doesn't care, dude. Like that guy is such a dick, bro. And I understand that, like, it's just, I guess it's a cultural thing, how like Russians and Serbians and people from that area are just like, we don't care about anything, and I really honestly think that's bullshit. I think he does care about everything, but I think he's more concerned. He's one of these people that are just really, really, really hyper, fucking like he played this shit in 3rd grade and hasn't been able to fucking like go back to it, so until eventually he just was this for the rest of his life, which is that guy that like wants to act like he doesn't care what people think, and he doesn't care about what the trendiest thing is, and he doesn't care about this, he doesn't care about that. He wants to seem like the guy doesn't care about anything, like the most underground fucking guy out there. Like that's him. Like I bet you he collects vinyl. Like he's that kind of guy, kind of thing. So it's like he gives off this fucking attitude that's just like, oh yeah, I don't care about this. Yeah, I don't care about your reporting. I don't care about your questions. I don't care about this. I'm like, I don't know. Can I go now? I want to go. I just want to come play basketball. That's it. It's like it's so funny because it's like you don't want to do the interviews. You don't want to care. You don't want to do nothing. You just want to play the basketball. But then you want people to come and like cheer for you and shit. It's like, why should people come and cheer for a player that doesn't care about the fucking game, doesn't care about the press, doesn't care about, like fan meet and greets, doesn't care about just fucking being like, a regular athlete and a superstar. Like I'm not here to be your role model kind of guy, that kind of thing. But I am here to collect the, $50 million check and be seen in front of millions, and be given praise when I'm done. Like, why are you even competing in sports? I think that's a better question for Jokic is, why do you play sports? If not to like compete and be the best and to enjoy that kind of that competition, like why are you doing this? If you don't care for anything, any part, any aspect of it, like, do you think we should just play the game? Like, do people like him think that we should just play the game, not report on it, not have any coverage on it, not have any fanfare about it, not celebrate it in any kind of way, okay? We just show up, watch him play, don't even cheer, just watch him play, or only cheer when he makes a basket, okay? And then, after the game's done, everybody in a quiet, in silence, lines up and goes home. Is that what we're supposed to do? I just really don't like that I mean, there's a point where like when you're being questioned by the media and they're asking you actual stupid fucking questions and shit, like when it's a post game fucking interview and it's just this is the job, this is the thing, this is the sport, and you're like, oh, I don't want to answer, I don't know this, and it's not even just then, bro. It's like at every instance where you've seen him, he has this like, I'm too cool for this attitude, and it's like, dude, come on, what are you doing, dude? This is in the 1980s, okay? Stop with that shit. Stop with that shit, please. I'm bitter. I don't like him. You know, he pushed our guy that time, broke his back, and then he beat us last year in the playoffs, man. So I'm like, oh, I want to see him again, and I think this team is gonna rematch. I think we're gonna rematch against. I think that's what's gonna happen because right now, we're ripping through everybody, bro. We can win fucking 7-game series right now. The Heat have just got to be a little bit tighter, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, if they can get through these games without having to be tight like that, then let's get through these games, man. Because I think it's just better to get through the shit that's important healthy. And we're already fucking down Herro already. And this is like, it's not good for him, bro. It's not good for Herro to miss any time this season. Because he becomes a liability. You know, that becomes a thing where people are used to. You know, because right now, he hasn't played a fucking playoff game, a playoff series, you know, and finished the whole playoff season since his rookie season, dude. He hasn't done that. So I don't want this to become his MO. You know, I want it to be like, okay, he's going to come back. He's going to have a really great postseason. He's not going to get any injured. Like, you know, I know people get injured and then people get, like, you know, sprained ankles and shit like that, and it happens. I get it. But there is also something where, you know, watching football, watching basketball, watching sports in general, that, some people are injury prone. Now, we don't want that with Herro. We do not want that with Herro. So, he's got to come back. He's got to stay healthy. And he's got to make it to the end. And we're going to ride him. And we're going to be just fine, dude. I think we're going to be I think we're going to be really good this year, dude. I think we're going to turn some heads. This, I don't even know what the fuck our record is, honestly. I don't know what it is. Look at that. We're 7-4. We're third in the Eastern Conference. Okay, people had us as like missing the play-in tournament this season. Okay, like this is a good sample size, a 10 game sample size. We have 11 games on our back right now, dude. Like that's enough. That's a nice chunk to start the beginning of the season, to step back and look back and be like, okay, so how are we? And right now we're 7 reconnected. Sorry, I had to. Oh, I lowered this fucking thing. My bad. No worry. That threw me off. My bad. But we're 7-4. The Bucks are 6-4. Sure, they haven't played. They're one game down, and they gotta play another game. But we're the same record as they are, if they win another game. You know, we're like a game and a half behind the Celtics. And the 76ers, who are both tied. They're both 8-2. So we're a game and a half behind the Celtics and the 76ers. We're come on. We're just fine. We are just fucking fine. You know, should have been the fucking Celtics, dude. We played them already, didn't we? Yeah, I think we did. I totally did. What am I talking about? Yeah, we did. Of course we did. And we lost that game by 5. I mean, sorry, by 8. And we should have won that game. We should have won the Celtics game. The Celtics should have one loss at home, and it should be to the Heat. And we let that game slip. Just remember that shit. Okay, we're gonna finish this Don Mega. Fuck it. I don't know why I took a hit about that. I almost took that hit, and I'm like, oh man, if I would have taken that hit, that shit would have killed me. So we're saying goodbye to the Domega. Domega! Okay. And we're going to try the Sherbinski, the Sherbanger. What the fuck is it? Sherbanger 22. This shit was fucking selected by High Times. Sherbanger 22. It was just recently selected by High Times. So I had to get it. They had another batch like previously, months ago, I think, a couple months ago, that was really good. That was almost like 30%. And this one right now is coming in at 26%, so it's a little low, but I figured, you know what? It was at a good price. I think it was like $40 or something, 40, 45. I basically paid for 2 Don Megas, 2 8 Don Megas, so a quarter of Don Mega and an eighth of the Sherbanger, and it was with my industry discount. It was like 112, which is pretty good, man. It's not bad. That's it's almost like $30-something per. You know, $37 a piece, and you're talking about one of these things is 30-something, 31%. We don't get 31% at True Leaf. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I work for True Leaf. We only get 30% with the pineapple upside down cake. That is the only strain that we have ever gotten that is that high. The flowery has had multiple times different strains that have all crossed over 30%. It is crazy. And that's why I go there. Okay? And so you have the Don Mega now coming in at 31%. That's solid. And it's a good 31%. It's not a overwhelming 31%. If it was 31% sativa, get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit will light you up, man. Like, you gotta be careful with that shit. But the 31% in indica, the hybrid indica, I mean, this is perfect. Because it's not like too much that you're just like, you hit it and you automatically fucking pass the fuck out. Like, I hit that shit and I can still function and I can still do shit, you know. But I'm chill, you know. Now we're gonna try the Sherbanger, which is a sativa. So it shouldn't be as strong, but it should definitely kick us up because it's you know, it's Sherbanger. Right away, you feel the Sherbanger. Right away. Wow. Yeah, it just completely took over the Donega. It's amazing. I love it. So, I think we're in good shape, right? You think? You know, so these games against the Nets are very important. We gotta beat the Nets. We gotta beat the Knicks, and we gotta beat the Bucks. That's the only people I really care about. The Bulls are 4-7. That's a shit team. We'll probably lose one of those games just because we don't give a shit. The Cavs is another fucking shit organization with Donovan with what's his face. I forgot what his name was. I just said it. Not Donovan Mitchell. It's this other guy. I can see his face. I don't know. But
clickbait filter sponsor.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Donovan Mitchell. Who is this other guy then? I forgot this other guy's name now. Oh my god, this shit burned me. This shit burned me. I am burned now. Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell. There you go. Sorry. I was confusing them. So yeah, man, and we again just keep your head down. That's why, you know, I didn't really feel too bad about not doing the previous Culturas, because they were just, I was going to be regurgitating the same shit over and over again, and I don't want to be regurgitating the same shit over and over again anymore. Okay, so I was like, let's get through this streak of games, and let's see where we end up, and then I'll get back and we'll talk about all of them. So that's basically why I was like, oh, you know what, we'll do that. So going back now to the Spurs game, because we're talking about the Hawks game, and now we're talking about the Spurs game. The Wemby game. I thought we were going to lose that game, to be honest. I thought we were going to lose that game just because, Pop always plays us really tough. It doesn't matter. He always tells his guys, play these guys tough. And we don't do good with really big guys, man. We don't really do good with big guys. So this guy was just the biggest of the big guys, And I was like, oh, we're fucked. And for a while in that game, I thought we were fucked. But then, it was amazing to see it, like, Duncan Robinson become D-Rob again. And just lay it all out and be like, I'm going to fucking go out there and I'm going out. And then it was amazing to see him realize, oh, shit, they're not necessarily giving it to me. I'm taking it from them. And then he started taking it. That's how you become a killer on the court. That's how you become like Kobe and stuff. You don't wait for them to give it to you. Like, I'm going to take it from you. That's what Butler does. That's what Herro can do. Bam still is coming up. Bam is coming around to that shit. I feel like this year too. Bam is very like, I'm taking this shit. I'm not scared of you guys anymore. Like, I own this league. Like Bam MVP. Bam should be in the MVP conversation right now. Okay? Because Bam is having an MVP fucking season, dude. Bam is having a fucking season. Best season you think he's ever had with us. He's having it this year. And he's going out there and he's being a leader. He's going out there and he's being assertive. He's going out there and he's not like, it's not like it's in his second or third year anymore. It's like Bam is a seasoned veteran. And like, it still feels like he's growing. It still feels like he's got a lot to learn. It's crazy. And so I'm so happy to see how Bam is doing. So Bam for MVP. I'm throwing that out there right now. Again, that was a really big game, so I would have liked to have seen more guys, but I'm really surprised we won that game, man, because we were down Herro, and I don't know, man. When we're down here, I didn't think we were gonna have enough points, but we turns out we did, and we went out there and we took it to them. And that was good to see, because I always like to win against the West, man. It's always good to win against the West, to know that we gotta be able to beat the West. Because a lot of times, we'll beat the East, but then we can't beat the West. So I don't know. And then moving on to the next game, which was the Hornets game, and the second in-season tournament game. I mean, that's just another fucking game. We better win this motherfucker. And it's just that's another we play with our food kind of game. And that's essentially what we were doing last time. We were playing with our food. And I got to a point where I was like, let's just win this game and put this game away and stop playing with your food. It's a disgrace to me that they even talk about LaMelo Ball as if he's like good. Some people would pick LaMelo Ball before they pick Tyler Herro. And that is disturbing to me. It's disturbing to me. It's truly disturbing to me that you would pick LaMelo Ball, Bradley Beal, I would even say Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young. You would pick these guys before you pick Herro. And that is disturbing. It's not right. That is not right. It's not right. Okay? Herro is one of the best players in this league. He should be the face of the NBA. That's how good he is. I imagine when he comes back, he's going to be really pissed the fuck off. And he's going to really want to fucking take it to another level because he's going to have missed time. Which he had probably told himself at the beginning of the season, I don't want to miss not one goddamn game. Because he missed the playoffs. And he wants to come out there and he wants to prove to people that he can stay healthy. So I imagine when he comes back, he's gonna really want to get it. Just gotta somehow integrate it and get it to happen all the time, which is Bam plays good, gets his points. The Hero goes out there, gets us his points. Butler goes out there, does his thing, gets his points. Okay? And that's like the normal. That's the normal routine. What's got to happen is Duncan Robinson has to be like the next guy that goes out there and gets his points, no matter what. And he gets them, and he takes, and he's got to be more efficient. He can't be like, I need to shoot 30 points or 30 times. No, he's got to make like most of his shots when he takes them. He's got to make sure that his shots are like they're gonna go in. So that's why it's really important for him to drive to the basket, so he gets used to seeing the ball in the basket, and then you start shooting your fucking threes like an animal. You know, and then at that point, it's got to be after him, it's got to be Lowry just managing the game and making sure people get their shots. Look, I don't hate Josh Richardson like as a person. I just and it's nice to see him play better. I don't trust him at all in any kind of instance of like, yo, we gotta count on him. Like it was a miracle he made that shot the other night, but he's been good. I'm gonna give it to his props, man. That other night he was lighting it up, bro, and I knew everything that Josh Richardson throws was gonna go in, and so I'm thankful for that. But again, I feel like we're sitting on a lot more talent in Swider, and even Drew Smith has been very, very, very good, man. Drew Smith he's very good defensively. Like, he's really good defensively. And speaking about defensively, like, I told you years ago, dude, that Haywood Highsmith was going to be a big part of this fucking team. 2 seasons. First season of Cultura, I was calling at Haywood Highsmith. To check Haywood Highsmith. Okay. And all last season, I was telling you Haywood Highsmith. And now you finally saw it. Haywood Highsmith had an insane game. I hadn't seen a game like that. I mean, you've seen guys have good games, but from people that you don't expect, like that, that was a great game he had, man. He was unstoppable against Charlotte. Unstoppable. So we're going to see a lot more of him against, like, real people, and he's going to get a lot more attention now. I don't mean like people are going to defend him. I mean, like, the media is going to start to bill him as, like, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Like they do with, Beverly, like they do with Marcus Smart. Haywood Highsmith is probably, like, one of the best defenders on this team. I would say after Jimmy and Bam. Definitely the best defender on this team. Drew Smith is right up there. Because he's picked the pocket of everybody. I know Josh Richardson can play good defense. Hero's defense has gotten way better this season. Lowry is also one of our best defenders, clearly, because they put him on guys 3 times his size. And Lowry holds his own, which is just gotta be so annoying. It's gotta be so frustrating that, like, Lowry comes to defend you and you're like a center and you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And then he takes the ball away from you. And you're like, fuck. And then worse yet, it's like, he takes the charge when when you're coming in to go dunking on him and shit, and he takes a charge. Like, that's gotta suck. Because he does it so much. Hold on, I got this. Hold on. Sorry, I had to turn on the heater because when I came in, it was raining and super cold and it's nasty, and so I came in all wet and shit, and I was like, oh god. But yeah, like, we've got a great group of guys here that are all just defensive monsters, dude. And if they can just be as offensively consistent as they were 2 seasons ago when they were the number one seed and the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and we could really do some damage, man. Again, And I haven't even mentioned Jaquez. Like, Jaquez is just flat out a rookie. I told you, he's going to be Rookie of the Year. For sure. He's going to be in the nomination for Rookie of the Year. For sure. Jaime Jaquez, for sure, man. I told you. Check the tape. This season. For sure. Rookie of the Year. Because he's playing out of his mind right now. You know, and then the Bryant is doing fine, and they just the big guys just gotta play more, man. With that position, what I've learned watching Bam over the years is you have to be very patient. You know, you have to be very, very patient, and you just gotta keep those guys healthy. Gotta keep those guys in great shape, and you just gotta go out there more and more and more and more, because those guys that big, it's hard for them to coordinate like the average person. So it took Bam a really long time to be able to go in there and not be like a mess. You know, now he's so solid now, and that's the same. You can see it, Brian, and even the other Robinson, Orlando Robinson, they both like just need playing time, more and more playing time. That's all they need, because they've got a lot of potential too. You can see it. They all have potential. They all do. We've got a great scouting team, man. We've got a great scouting team, a great recruiting team. We know how to find really good players. That's really ultimately how you build a championship team. You got to have a personnel that can see it. You know, a personnel somebody that sees it. You know, not somebody that's wowed by the obvious, like, oh, that was a great 3-point shot, or oh man, the way he dunked it was so awesome. That's gonna get the crowd going. Like, that's just like bullshit. You know. Like, you got to see that these guys are hungry, see that they're great defensively. They see that, like, they see the potential. They see that this guy's going to be a star. Like, we have staff that can do that. And that's probably more valuable than the players themselves. So here we go, rocking the 1 hour long Cultura, with the beginning intro included. I would love to get into Marvel, and I would love to talk about the news today, and I would love to, which is like the new casting and stuff. And but I don't want to change this into a Marvel Lights Assemble. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this Cultura here and hang for a bit, work a little bit on something, and if I wanna still talk about it, then I'll do another stream of Marvel Lights Assemble. So look out for that. But yeah, I think I might do that. I might do a stream of Marvel Lights Assemble, because there's a lot going on right now. So look out for that. But yeah, man, things are good right now. Things are good. Things are good in the world of Cultura. So we will see you here tomorrow for sure after the game, guaranteed. Because tomorrow I work, and I get out of work and watch the game, and then we'll do the Cultura afterward. Okay. No excuses. Let's get back on track. But I'm glad I kind of just condensed this, because these were a couple, these were like, whatever games, I wanted to just get these out of the way. But we're in a good place right now. We're doing really good. The number 3 spot, really tied for 2, if you really want to think about it. Or they're tied for 1, and we're number 2, I guess. And so too many disconnections, and I apologize for that. But so we'll just wrap it up here. So look out for us tomorrow after the Brooklyn Nets game, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get back on track. I really don't have much to say. I hope he will play tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so check us out then. Cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it. Now and forever. I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio MOGURA. Hit me up at the PayPal. Hit me up at the Cash App. Check out my novel, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s. Check out my blog, octotaco.com, which is also my comic shop. Go ahead and buy a t-shirt from my TeePublic studio, my shirt designs. And then also check out my music and my entire discography, stretching back from 1999 to this year, 2023, with my latest release, The Reflection Binds You from Seeing the Truth. You can check it out on that last QR code. It'll take you to the Spotify link. You can also find that playlist on on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube and you search El Topo PM Crew playlist, like it'll come up. So yeah, so we're back here tomorrow. Checking out the Nets game, see what happens after the Nets. So we win that game. We gotta win that game. That's a game that we actually have to win. We have to win that game, make some a little bit of noise. If we win that game, the only bad thing it's gonna have is we're gonna make noise. People are gonna notice. Oh shit, the Heat are on a 7-game win streak. They're tied for second in the Eastern Conference. Wow, and if we win and Milwaukee somehow loses or some shit like that, that'll be interesting. Because I bet you people are gonna talk about that. And I prefer better how this team floats under the radar. You know, everybody's so focused on this other. Why aren't these people doing as good as they're supposed to? And no one's gonna notice. But you're gonna see, like, they're gonna learn, man. They're gonna really learn because I mean, we haven't even put Swider out there, and I think Swider is our secret weapon for the second half of the season. Swider is gonna be the secret weapon for this team. You know, and it's gonna be really difficult because if Duncan Robinson is playing like this, bro, he ain't gonna give up no minutes, bro. And you don't want to give up any minutes to Duncan Robinson if he's playing like this. Let me tell you something. They got to give the ball, again, I've said this again in previous Culturas, all the way stretching back to the first season. They got to give the ball to Duncan Robinson. He's got to play point guard. Duncan Robinson is a beast playing point guard and, like, dishing it out to other people. He's a monster at that. He's a monster point guard. So that's what he really needs to be doing. Is handling the ball. Because when the ball is in his hands, there's always a threat of him hitting the three or now of him driving to the basket. But if he can facilitate people around him like how Lowry does, because you go to Lowry and you don't see Lowry as an offensive threat. He surprises you every time he makes a fucking shot, bro. Lowry's threat is really that he's an assist man. But if Duncan Robinson can be the assist man as well as this offensive threat, I mean, he becomes fucking Magic Johnson basically. That's insane, you know. So I think that's you're gonna see more of that. You're gonna see definitely more of Duncan Robinson probably running the point at some point. You like that point? And yeah, I can't wait for that. So I'm excited for tomorrow's game. I'm excited for the Heat. This is a good season. We're rolling in. We're gonna have a really good time. 11 games in, and this is like a great sample size. We're 11 games in, and we're not under 500. We were under 500 11 games in last year, people. We were still under 500. Like, we didn't get over 500 until, I think, closer to 20 games. If that. I don't even think so. Okay, so what does that tell you? I don't know, man. But I definitely know that a lot of these teams we face so far, we beat them in a 7-game series. And I'm not afraid of the Celtics. The Celtics, they got away with one. We let them get away with one. Milwaukee got away with one. I'm pretty sure in 7-game series we take it to these motherfuckers. So, let's see. All right. And is there anything else? So, yeah. So, check out me. By the way, I'm going to probably throw up a Marvelites Assemble at some point. Because I want to talk about Loki. I want to talk about the new casting. I want to talk about the Marvels. There's just a lot to talk about in concerns to Marvel. So, going to want to go ahead and do that and check that out. So, yeah. That it? We're good? We're good? I think we're good, right? Okay, so thank you very much. And remember, don't freak out. Just freak out.